Hello. Bl'Artagnan here with Gentle Giant, the Guy Lost Chapter Lufenia Plus. I finally took the plunge and greened my Y'shtola Burst. Long-time followers of the channel might know I'm a big fan of Y'shtola and have been kind of waiting for this Burst Plus, but hadn't done it because I'd really needed it thus far, but I've been feeling constrained in my team building and it looks like fun to use, so I figure what the hell. So we got a fun team here of Y'shtola, Terra, and Agrias. I'm going to be really taking advantage of that Y'shtola burst, along with the X-Death friend we have waiting in the wings. I was trying to get an X-Death main party run through here, but was running into some trouble. I know a couple of other people have done it, so it's definitely doable, but not sure whether or not that's going to be me. So what do we got going on here? We got a Flatus Misery that we just charged up with the AA, and the general game plan for this is going to be to keep them paralyzed until 80%, and then tag in the X-Death and just kind of do Terra things. Oh, of course, if you haven't already, please hit that like button and hit the subscribe button if you would like to see more content like this. Helps out quite a bit in terms of growing the channel and getting exposure, and you know, it's a right solid thing to do for a chat or whatever. Shoutouts to Goose, who has been a fantastic content creator lately with his 60-second character summary videos and his really informative run commentary videos. I'm a fan of the guy. Anywho, where were we? So we're fighting our way through these guys. You can see we're trying to keep Faded Moly up for the HP damage, but dropping the Titus Call. We wanted that speed and defense down on these guys because we don't want them taking too many turns early on. Obviously, they're super duper dangerous if we let them act, especially after 80%. Now that might seem a little bit wild to what I just did there with the intentional lame Terra skill. I didn't use her magic skill. I didn't use her AA to, amp it. My reasoning being, later I can save that AA and use it while X-Death's on the field and actually get more damage than I would have had I, used it to charge up a skill just then. Anywho, we're entering into an era where you're going to be able to have 3 burst effects on the field at once if you play your cards right. One from your actual burst phase, one from a burst plus, and one from a friend burst. This is going to be my first time engaging in this brave new world. On that note, well, first, hold on, let's battery the party real quick. Don't want to run down the burst phase with this move. Here we go. In a little while since we pressed this burst button. Well, this is the first time we pressed the burst plus button. That's exciting. Nice burst finisher there. These guys are going to delay themselves, as you know. Sid Reigns is dropping tonight, so this fight's a little bit old news at this point. I feel like it came out just a couple days ago. But it's been a wild, hectic time in the House of Bl'Art. We're going to go ahead and drop that Jack call. Brave damage isn't honestly going to be the way that we're going to be dealing with this, but, it's Jack call, why not? There aren't too many other things that I think would have done more for us than a Jack call in this circumstance, given what we're working with. Trying to decide what to do here. This is kind of the awkward part where we wanted Agrias to get a chance to drop Faded Moly, and we're going to use the summon phase here actually just to, because we're not going to be using it while Terra's using her free turns, and most of the rest of this fight, spoilers, is going to be Terra using her free turns. So we figure we might as well let the other team members get some actions that don't add to the turn count in while the getting is good. As far as summon choice goes, went with Shiva because these guys are very fast and we want that speed up, and I figure, a bit of extra attack will help with the X-Death effect once it's on the field. Obviously, doing something like Ifrit would have helped more in that regard, but I didn't really want them messing with us too much before we're ready to just kind of kill them. So I figured more actions means more time with them being paralyzed, and it's all good. Plus, you can't deny that Shiva's a very cool summon. Oh god, I can't believe I said that. Anyway, I love this burst so much. It's not even mine. Costume's bad. Not even use the good costume, but it's okay. Shoutouts to whoever this is in my friends list. It's not anyone I know personally, but I appreciate that they had the nice blue X-Death on to keep me satisfied as we go through this fight. So A relative rarity for Terra is we're actually going to be spamming Meltdown over Meteor. I mean, I think that might be the norm going forward, we'll see. But normally you want Meteor because it technically has a higher ceiling under normal circumstances. Just the way the Brave hits work versus the way the splash damage works. However, with enough HP damage up, and enough battery up, and enough Brave resistance, or Brave damage resistance on the bosses, Meteor actually ends up dealing more damage in total, as you can see. You know, we're practically dealing 100% AoE, just about, and we're capping. So that's pretty great stuff. Now I get to use my shiny and fancy Terra Burst. You see there, you know, 200,000, doing a lot more with Meltdown, as you're about to, well, see after I use Dual Cast here. Dual Cast obviously kind of sucks, but I wanted my last action to be that their Chaos Wave, so we went ahead and went for some action economy here. I'm kind of pleased because for the most part I haven't, you know, I got to Terra Burst on the triple BT rerun, and so there haven't been many opportunities for me to use it. So it's pretty cool to see that it's still a very potent and powerful ass-kicking tool. Granted, Y'shtola Burst effect can't be sleeping on that. That's been kind of the meat and potatoes of why this run is working right now. It's that Brave gain up, that massive Brave gain up, is allowing her Terra to be capping on every Meteor or Meltdown she throws out. So you see there, look at that. Jesus, look at that. Just take a look at that. You love to see it. You love to see it. I know I'm relatively new to the Terra. Well, I've used a fair share of Terra actually, looking back, just not with her burst. The rest of the fight, there's not much to comment on because really, I mean, you notice right before we went to the burst, we used that AA I told you about, and because of the X-Death procs, I should have called it out at the time so you could see it. It ended up dealing, you know, probably more damage in total than I think it would have had I used it on a plus skill. You know, we used the Jack Call there for the same reason. At this point, it's really just, you know, it's about maximizing the burst phase damage. I saved the Jack Call there for when Terra Burst effect was on the field, which is kind of dumb because they had reductions that are so high that I think it did like nothing anyway, but it's okay. We're plowing our way through these guys. The self-delay is kind of nice that they do at their different thresholds. They're just kind of chipping away at them. Not too much to say from here on out. I find Terra fun because she's very powerful, but I will say there's a monotony to this part of using her, at least as far as commentary goes. The power is undeniable and honestly feels pretty good. You'll see here, by the way, I'm trying to avoid touching A because XFBT effect is going to battery every turn, so I want to build up the other character's battery using that. I failed to do so when they were both launchable earlier, so we're going to try and take advantage of it this time. Where were we? Talking about how cool Terra is. It is kind of monotonous, but at the same time, I mean, you can't deny the power here. Like, sometimes it's nice to be able to say, okay, well, the fight is now officially won. You know, they're at like 50 or 60%, but the fight is now over because Terra's about to do Terra things. So, I think there's something to that. And I kind of like that now there's a choice of sorts between her two skills. I mean, obviously one is always going to probably be the better choice objectively, but I like that, you know, now you can think a little bit, just a little bit. Choice points, decision points, that's what this game's all about at the end of the day. Well, that and Final Fantasy fan service. So, we are just about out of free Terra skills, so we'll use our last Meltdown, and we're going to try to milk these Y'shtola turns now. Got that second Gabranth call we were hanging on to for just such an occasion. Boom, 69,000 damage on all of them, nearly 70,000. Gonna spam some AAs. Wearing down the Y'shtola Burst effect, but we don't need it anymore. Terra already did her thing, so we're just trying to rely on that there X-Death stuff. So instant turn rate, bonk. We'll go ahead and get a free. Y'shtola has so many free turns built into her kit, it's great. And the high turn rate too, so you know, Silence Holy, you get the idea. We're basically home free. And there we go. Flatus Misery taking us home. There we go, triple burst adventure. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. I know I had fun with this one, and I will see you in the next video. Adios.